rehearsed videos before. I don't know why I should start now. Hey everybody, today's 1.23, January 23rd, 2018. It's my day 1.256, and today's video will be about my first injection, and then a question for the community about telling your parents. So. And I'll kind of keep this to the short, to the point, I hope, knock on wood. This morning, as of this morning, I am officially on injectable estrogen. Today's my patch day, so I didn't put on new patches, cleaned myself up real good, and was able to go see my endo and get a lesson in giving yourself a shot. And if I haven't said this recently, I'll say it again. I don't like needles. I'm not a needle person. I don't like sharp objects, okay? And so I was really cool with it. She showed me, how to draw and to get the bottle ready and the syringe and, pulled it out, and I was just watching it from 3 steps away, and I'm like, she's going to poke me with that. And then I'm like, no, Robin, you're going to poke you with that. But she did it for me today. And she showed me where to do it. She said I could do it on my leg or up on my shoulder. I realized this isn't my leg. That's my arm. Up on my arm or in my legs. It was an intermuscular. And she was like, okay, here we go. And she grabbed it. And she stuck it in there, and I would like to reenact that moment for you today. So this is going to be my skin, and I will now reenact that. So she took the needle, okay? And again, for someone who has a fear of needles, this is the way it looked. Okay, this big needle, and she stuck it in. I'm just gonna stick it. Well, I'm gonna act like I'm sticking it in. So she stuck it in my skin, and time kind of like goes into slow motion, and I'm sitting there and I'm just looking down, and I'm like, there's an object in my leg. I mean, this was like Young Frankenstein, where he takes the scalpel and he stabs, and he's just sitting there like, oh. And then comes up, it's about the right size of it too, this little drop of blood, and she's like, oh, you're a bleeder. I'm like, there's a thing in my leg, And so, whoop, 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 then she pulls it out, gives me a Band-Aid, okay. And I sat there for a minute, and I'm like, okay, it's gone, and I can feel in the muscle, if I rub my leg, I can feel where it was, and I don't know if that's anything. I feel like I'm a cow or something, and I just got like vaccinated or whatnot. So and whatnot. So that was it, and like I said, this is about the right visually for me. It's actually very, very small. It's a regular old needle, but like I said, it was just like, and in my mind, I have like images of the adrenaline shot from Pulp Fiction, coming down, and I will get over it, I'm sure. I will get used to it. I have no choice, right? Okay. So, my friends, so that's that. So, I'm on official injectable estrogen. I know the theory behind it. And if you think about, previously I was on the patch, and the patch, if we think of it as estrogen, it's just sitting on your skin, and the label, is glue, and the medicine is getting into your skin every day. Instead of that, just took the same estrogen and put it in you. Now, which is better? I don't know. Okay, I don't know. If I grow an extra hand, or I grow a tail or antlers or something, I'll let you know. And if I feel like my breasts are growing, oh, they feel like, no, if I feel like that happens, I will also let you know. But it made me wonder, on your SATs, when you go take your SAT and they say one thing, as one thing is to something else, is something else to something else. They try to make an analogy, I guess, of it. And so I was trying to think of the threshold between orals, estrogen, and patch, and I'm putting them this way for a reason. What the difference between the effectiveness as this is to this, then how is this compared to injectable? What is this difference? In theory, everything I've read has been said that the injectable is, of the three, the most effective, etc., etc., etc. If you're used to having needles stuck into you, and I guess you get used to it after a while. But it was definitely like a Monty Python skit to me. I'm just like I said, I'm sitting here and I'm watching this thing in my skin and blood's coming up and I'm like, ow. So, all right, enough of that. Parents. Oh my goodness. So happy in a way. I'm happy anyway. But I have been kind of afraid, a little bit leery of sharing what is going to happen to my body in some 9 weeks with my parents. Not because I want to mislead them, not because I am ashamed of it. If anything, it grosses me out, okay? And I don't want to gross someone else out. And I kind of feel like, you wouldn't walk around and, hey, look at this picture of a dog. And there's like this dead dog that's been eviscerated. You're like, oh, it's a dog. You don't walk up to someone and say, penile inversion. Hey, penile inversion. No. So I've been a little reserved. However, I wanted to have that information there because I do kind of believe information. I would much rather have the information. So that I can process it, okay, than to guess. And then, or, I'm watching YouTube or I'm doing a Google search, and I Googled upside down penis and this is what I got. Is this the surgery you're having? No. So I'd much rather share what I want you to know, the truth as I see it, and the most closest thing to what I'm going through, so you know. But my mom, bless her heart, she kind of was like, well, so what's going to happen? What are they going to do to you? And it's like, I feel like I'm not qualified to give that. I can kind of say what it is and I can kind of point you in the right direction. But again, I don't want to gross someone else out who's not prepared for that. And, what is their level of interest? And I guess I played it safe and told her the name of the surgery and the technique that is going to be used. And over the phone, I gave her a very, very basic explanation because she asked me, and I basically said to her, well, look at your sock, and that is my member at this moment. I'm having a hard time saying dick or penis. Okay, that is the current setup. I said, take the sock off, pull it the top of the sock down your calf, past your ankle, past the toe, over the rest of the sock. I said, now the sock is inside out. And she said, yes. I said, so look down in the sock. I said, it's inside out. She said, yes. I said, that is going to be my vagina. That is going to be my labia. That is going to be, not my vagina. You know what I mean. That's going to be the unit. That's going to be the new configuration, I think is what I told her. I said, so in both situations, before and after, the inside of the penis is on the inside of your body. So with the penile inversion, you're just flipping it inside out and sticking it back in. And the phone went quiet, and I said, I hope that's not too much, too graphic, too soon. I said, you did ask, and that is basically what they're going to do. And she's like, oh, okay. Now, again, uh, I didn't fill in any details about, how do you get a cylinder, this way, but flipped through. I didn't go into that because that's what grosses me out. When they cut it and they cut the tip and pull this, that, and the other, and they make a balloon animal. They make a little poodle out of your little tubes, and no, no. I think I let her do that, but at least she has that information if she wants to go through it. And I did send her an email that had more information about my surgeon. It was my surgeon's a web page, a professional, talks about what she's done, the awards she's won, the things she's doing, explains a little bit about her. And then I also included a link to susansplace.org that has a couple of, people who have actually had, surgery with my physician, actually had surgery with my surgeon that I'm going to use to have surgery. And that way, if she wants to, she can go there. And then on the bottom of it, I included the name of the surgery and the technique. And so I feel like I've kind of given them a very G-rated, here's what it is. And if you want to dig deep, you can. If you don't, you don't. But then when I called up and I said, hey, I felt like when we talked this morning, I may have left you a little out in the field, a little out in the dark. Sorry, we keep on rolling over my skirt. I said, so I just want to let you know I sent this other email so you know my doctor. You feel you get to know her and her credentials. She's like, well, I don't care about your doctor. I just want to know what you're going to do with your extra junk. I'm like, that's the part I don't want to know. That's the poodle part, just. So anyway, so that's kind of my funny stories from today. Funny to me at least, and I can't show you because I'm not that kind of girl to show you my legs, but I did draw a big smiley face. I drew a smiley face, 2 eyes, and a smile, and then the nose was where she plunged this thing, so there's a smiley face, the 2 circles, and I don't know. I just had to do something goofy. You only live once that we know of. And that's it. So on that note, I hope everyone is super duper cool. I wish you good luck in your transition. I took my own advice today, and I made my own little map here. Which looks a lot like a game of Chutes and Ladders. But no, this is a calendar of the period between now and a little bit after my surgery, so that I needed to see it all at once. I needed to see the next 9 weeks all at once. And that way I have all of my little, probably can't make it out, but if you trust me on Monday here, this is Monday, all the way down to when I have my surgery, I have electrolysis. So we're going to go full throttle on that. And I will definitely make mention of if I have any great, wonderful developments as far as the injectable goes. I did kind of joke with the woman who taught me how to give myself the shot. And I said, now, this gives me license to milk this now, right? And she kind of said, well, what do you mean? I said, I can go home and be emotional. I can be depressed. I can, I can't do my chores today. I said, this gives me license. And she says, yeah. So again, I don't know compared to the patches. I always did my patches and, I kept that routine. And if you think about it that way, when you first contact the patch to your skin, it's probably got the most amount of material that it's got in it. And so you probably do get a high bit of a dosage at that point. And I don't know exactly if that's true. And then, over the course of the days, it gets less and less and less. But on average, it's that whatever 0.5, 0.0, whatever, 0.5 of it. And I just all at once put 1 milliliter of estrogen in my body. And it's probably working its way in the muscle. I don't know these things. I'm not a doctor. I don't play one on TV, and I didn't stay at a Holiday Inn Express, and I'm not a qualified medical professional, but I did learn how to stab myself in the needle with a needle today. So maybe I got that. All right, my friends. Good luck to you all. Until next time. Good luck in your journey.